Infamous for the last 50 years for deforestation and environmental destruction, the Brazilian rainforest is now attracting investors who are convinced money really can grow on trees. Teak is one of the most highly priced commodities in the world, and two London entrepreneurs are offering British investors the chance to own their own slice of a Brazilian teak forest.
When the property market started to crumble, we decided to burn the boat, so to speak, and look at other opportunities. And our background is obviously buying property, but buying land with and without planning permission. So we wanted to go into the area of land. So we started looking at emerging markets, predominantly in Brazil, which is part of the BRIC: Brazil, Russia, India and China. And what we found that a lot of landowners not only had the land for property, but had the land for teak farms and forestation and agricultural land. So we started to do a lot of research into this, and we found that a lot of hedge funds was buying land in Brazil, but not for property. They was buying the land in Brazil for forestation and reforestation and agricultural land. So with hedge funds, it's hard for a layman man like myself to get in bed with them. So we wanted to provide a product, offering it to the retail market and also small companies and high net individuals to actually take advantage of this fantastic opportunity. Now, moreover than that, we realised that teak in particular has been a growing commodity close to oil and gold, and has been outperforming all other commodities secretly for the past 100 years. Say, for example, an individual purchases 100 trees. For those 100 trees to grow to its full potential, over the 25 years we go through a process called thinning. It's like harvesting. So we harvest 20% of the trees, which is sold onto the open market, which then in return pays a dividend to the individual.
Initially, in the beginning, it was, there's obviously, the scare factor of, working abroad in, a country where English is not the first language. But Andrew and myself, we did our due diligence and we aligned ourselves with trustworthy and credible individuals who are actually now part of our team over in Brazil. So initially, we had to look at various, different pieces of land. We had to have our lawyer or solicitors over there make sure that the title deeds were okay, they were fully unencumbered, and we had to make sure that we crossed our T's and dotted our I's. And the first piece of land that we actually purchased was just for Andrew and myself, so we could actually see how the process would work. We owned it for 2 years, and we recently sold it at the beginning of this year, and we've just purchased 100 hectares in a state called Belém. And on that plantation we have 8-year-old teak trees, and we employ a